Three
We play the
games.
Sixers, the Raptors, and the Pistons next three
Never
games.
know. I don't know. I don't know what
Devin's gonna
changes.
get bottled up against Detroit.
Al still wants us to go 3-0 and try to make him playing.
Oh,
I
I know he
do.
does. You could tell.
I know he's getting all giddy over there. Well, you
Yeah, he's
never
like,
know
oh,
what happens in the
what if?
next week. Like, buddy, we suck.
Spurs Bros, welcome into episode 24 of the Spurs Bros podcast. It was an up and down week of Spurs basketball. We took a big fat L to the Hornets, giving up 145 points. We forgot what defense was. But following that game, we rebounded against the Pelicans with a 4-point win. We did lose against the Lakers, but Jeremy Sohan got in a fight. So we'll take what we can get. Stephon Castle furthered his campaign for Rookie of the Year. Harrison Barnes is cementing himself as a longtime Spur with his work in the community as well as his consistent play on the court. Lastly, if you missed it last week, we are doing our first ever Spurs Bros giveaway. Subscribe right now. You subscribe to our channel right now to be a part of the pool for a giveaway for a vintage Spurs t-shirt. We'll ship it right to you. So subscribe, put your subscription list to public. And last but not least, tune into the very end for our weekly Tankathon spin. We've moved up to 9th in Tankathon standings. And we've got a little bit of analysis on the players that we think the Spurs might be taking around that point in the draft. Episode 24 coming your way. Hit subscribe and find us on Twitter and Instagram at Spurs Bros Pod. Here we go.
Spurs Bros, welcome to the 24th edition of the Spurs Bros podcast. I've got the boys with me tonight, as per usual. Reagan Keough and Stuart Lynch. How are y'all?
Doing all right, man. Doing all right. Spurs are currently up 9 points with 5 minutes left against the Knicks.
Come
We're
on.
watching this live. Let's see how they finish it out. But I know we got a lot to cover. But let's see if we can close out this game against New York.
Totally. I'm actually I may be distracted because this is a tight game. Kellen Johnson with the floater in the paint. Let's go. Yeah, no, boys, I can't believe we made it to our 24th episode. It's pretty cool,
Devin
man.
Vassell, Epi.
Devin Vassell, well, yeah, Devin Vassell, Kobe Bryant.
Is Devin Vassell the first person
Buddy,
you think of when you hear
we
number
talk.
24?
Well,
Yeah.
we talk Spurs. Yeah, who was another Spurs 24?
Uh
That's actually a good
I
question.
think he's the only one. Yeah.
wow. Either way, boys, nice to see y'all again. Since we've last spoke, we haven't gone over in the games that we've played. We played three
Mhm.
games since we last spoke. We got absolutely destroyed by the Hornets.
Again,
Yeah, again. We
That was
lost by
sad.
11, but when I say destroyed, I mean we gave up 145 points. That's what I mean by
what a
destroyed.
world where we can say the Hornets are our kryptonite. God, what a world.
Seriously, LaMelo Ball, 27 points, 15 assists. He was a plus 27 for the game. Miles Bridges, Josh Green, Nick Smith Jr. all combined for 94 points together. That's pretty wild. That's a pretty
It's
wild stat.
disgraceful, dude. And Nick Smith Jr. was off the bench too for that. I think he had 24, 26 off the bench.
That's
Not
crazy.
great. 26 off the bench. Yeah. I think LaMelo is officially in the category of Spurs killer.
Mhm.
Like Kyrie is in that
Always.
category. He went for 63 on us, whatever it was, like
Mhm.
6, 7 years ago. Like
57,
there's
yeah.
we've always talked about like these scoring guards are usually the ones that go off, but Melo is in this different tier, this different category of dudes who just they see the Spurs on the calendar as like, I don't care if I'm injured, I got to suit up because I know I'm about to kill this team. And he had 27 points, 15 assists, and like Alex said, plus 27 on the night. And the Hornets they have how many wins? They
Less
have
than us.
17 wins, and two of them is against us.
Jeez.
And one of
Jeez.
them we had Fox and Wimby.
Yep.
Yes, we did. I know
Yep. That was
Wemby
one of
was
the more
he
frustrating losses.
Wemby wasn't feeling his best, I think, then, right? He was starting
Yeah, I
Yeah,
was
because that
already
was after
after.
that was
Yeah.
after Paris.
Yeah.
That
After
was the
Paris.
game that Miles Bridges hit the corner three.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Should have
Fox
won.
helped in the paint, and Castle lost track of the help the helper.
But still,
Right.
these past couple weeks, we're consistently giving up like 135, 140 points.
It's
That
so
just shows
bad.
like how bad all our team is at defense and how great Wimby was at defense. The fact that we weren't giving up 140 all year because we had Wimby in there and people get afraid when they get in the lane. But
Yeah,
We had given
just
up
suck
140
at defense.
plus
It's crazy.
once before Wimby went down. We had given up 140 plus one time. Since he's been out, we've done it two times already.
Well,
And
yeah,
it's been
the
like 10 games.
past 2 weeks, we've given up a 127 game to the Kings, almost
That's still a
130,
lot.
141 to the T-Wolves, 133 to the ass Mavs, and
The ass Mavs.
and then the Hornets 145, and then Lakers 125. Knicks won't get there; they won't get close, but still, that's
Anything above
wild.
120 to me is still crazy high. I don't
I
care
know,
how fast today's NBA is. Anything above
Yeah,
120 is shit defense.
it's obnoxious.
dude. That
Yeah.
reminds me of, oh my gosh, that makes me think. I was watching a video, given that this is the Kobe Bryant episode. I'll say I
Oh,
was watching a Kobe Bryant replay of Game 7, Lakers versus Celtics in 2010, and I just remember how low scoring that game was. It was 3 minutes left in the fourth quarter, 66 points for the Celtics. It was like 71 points for the Lakers or something like that.
Yeah.
And I was mind blown. I'm like, I want more of that, dude. I want more of that. I
You
is
want
that
mean,
more
all
of
just
that?
less 3-point
You
taken
want
or
70?
harder D? What is it?
I I think it. Well, I
Longer
mean, that was Game 7
possessions?
in the NBA Finals, Lakers versus Celtics, like
Yeah.
the biggest of all rivalries. So I don't know. We're not gonna like
Dude, I mean, it was
really ever get
pace, it
that.
was 3-point percentage, like three
Yeah.
point attempts per game, everything. Like you look, even if you go back to like the '03 finals against the Nets, when Timmy had the quadruple double that didn't count. The final scores of those games were in the 70s for both
Yeah.
teams. It was just a different time, and it was grounded out. It was inside out.
Yeah, so the Spurs lost to the Hornets pretty bad. The only bright spot about that game was Stephon Castle, 26 points, led the way in scoring. And then Devin Vassell, he had 22 points, 3 and 3. Other than that, there was no other bright spot. We can't, I mean, I can't even be happy about Stephon's 26 just because we scored 134. But either way, we come to the Saturday game, we play against the Pelicans, and boy oh boy, we turn it around. We got a win. 119 to
Woo!
115.
Yeah,
I was
against the
loving
second
that.
worst team
Yeah.
in the West. One of the two teams that are worse than us this year in the West.
And we beat them by
We did pull out a
4.
W.
Beat
Thank
them by
God.
4. But that could have easily been an L, man. Been
It
an
could
L.
have, but yeah, I mean, but the thing is, like,
And would anyone have
Spurs.
even cared?
No, that's
No.
the thing.
Exactly.
It's like even if we had the L, we're not catching the Pelicans, air quotes, in the standings for Tankathon. But it is a thing though, because if you look at the East, the Bulls are 29 and 39, the Heat are 29 and 39, and right now San Antonio, we're sitting here at 28 and 39. So if we lose that game to the Pelicans, which is another tanking team, that's going to affect us potentially 2 spots. And I guess what my point is, I think at this stage of the season, we're all on board with the tank. Is that fair?
Gotta be.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
just in case anybody was questioning our intentions at this point, we're here to tank.
Listen,
Like,
if we're all about the analytics and statistics like we know we are, that's what our front office is all about. Why wouldn't we all be about the tank?
right.
We literally are not
we're
making
not
the
making
play.
the play in.
Yeah, so literally
No,
we're not
we're
making
not.
that.
No,
So
Yeah.
we're definitely not. We're out. We're absolutely.
I mean, we're
100%.
3.5 games out of the 10 spot, which is the Mavericks.
No, we're
And you
not.
think the Mavericks are going to continue to implode? The Suns are half a game behind them in 11th.
yeah, the Suns are
We're
going
3
hard.
games off the Suns. The Suns are going to be the team that sneaks in at the 10 spot.
Yeah.
I
Unless
have no doubt about that, honestly.
what if they didn't, dude? What if we're all like feeling like whatever. Half our Spurs audience isn't even watching the Spurs games anymore because it's for sure we're not making it, and then all of a sudden we're about to win this game. Mamu's going for almost a career higher. It seems like he's got at least 30 now. We're gonna beat the Knicks. What if? Just what if we sneak in?
I mean, look, we have the 5th
Stu's
hardest
not happy about
strength
that.
of schedule to go this season with 15 games remaining. But on the other side of that, 2 of the 4 teams with more difficult schedules than us, at the 4th worst schedule in the league is the Kings, and the number 1 hardest schedule remaining is the Suns. So like Fat Lady hasn't sung yet, I guess, but I like regardless of where the standings are, for me, I'm putting my hand up. I'm here for the tank.
Now,
Like,
Fat Lady's been
I'm
singing in
here.
my ear for weeks.
I know she has, but her voice just got over to me. I'm here for Stephon Castle, Rookie of the Year, and I'm here for the Spurs strengthening their draft lottery odds. That's
Yeah.
about all that I'm here for.
Even if we were to slide on into that 10 spot, who in the world believes that we'd win not only one game against 10 versus 9, but then also the loser of 2 away games and meaningful basketball to make no one
And
believes
then
it.
our
And
and
we
then our
wouldn't.
reward is the Thunder.
And then our reward as the Thunder get swept 4-0 for what?
Yeah, the
For a
56 and
14th
12
spot in the pit
Thunder.
in the draft instead of a top 7? No, thank you.
Hey,
Just to,
shout out though, we just beat the Knicks
we did just beat the Knicks, and
by
Mamu's getting a
15.
heck of an applause, man. Oh
As he
my
should.
gosh. Dude,
He went
34
nuts.
points. 34
34?
points for the
Bro, he went
boy.
crazy. He had like 19 to start the fourth.
He's
Unbelievable. The guy went
That's gonna get him
absolutely
a contract.
probably a career high.
34 points. Hold on. I've got to see this. 34 points in 19 minutes for Sandro Mamu. Bro, come
Mamu
on.
Kushlashvili.
Come on. Oh man, now he's good. He's going to center court. He's going to center court.
Mamu Kelashvili.
He might be
Yeah.
getting the mic right here. Let's go.
No, he's not.
He might be getting the mic. Just gonna say thank you.
He's
Let's
not
go.
getting the stadium mic. No.
Dude, he might.
He should get the Dan Weiss treatment though. Hell yeah, there we go. Danalytics, baby.
Oh man, I just had to do it for my team, one play at a time,
Dude, this I'm gonna say it right now. This performance from Mamu is the reason why he will not be in a Spurs uniform next season.
I think it's why he is, dude. We got to re-sign that guy. But no, you know what? You're right though.
Is the Mamu the guy to overpay if someone else is going to pay him 7,
That
8 mil a
right,
year? We're
right.
not going to pay him that.
No, we're not. We're not. But do you think someone will pay him 7, 8 mil?
I don't know.
Yes.
Dang.
Someone needs to fill some cap space or something. I mean, the Wizards. I don't know.
Bro, 6'10", three-point shooter that can guard a little bit. Shows he can have some scoring volatility with 34 points against, the Knicks, who are supposed to be one of the better defensive teams in the league. Absolutely. It sucks. I want to keep him around. He's like the new GOAT. Dude, he's got, is that Flava Flav in this post-game interview?
Yes, all iced out, dude.
What the hell?
What is
we're
happening
getting
right now?
CP off the
Spurs fan?
books. We're getting
Stephon-
CP off the books. That's 11 mil. Would
Yes.
y'all give him like a 2-year 10 mil?
Yeah, for sure.
You would?
I think so. If we have the intention of playing him, which I think we should, like we
I
said
think
to start the
yeah.
pod.
Oh, yeah,
I mean,
we should.
you could just do so many different things, different schemes with this guy.
Bro,
Reagan's
what
just
is
busting
going
out
on
laughing.
right now? Flava Flav just took the mic out of Dan Weiss's hand and said, "I don't care what anybody says. My man right now is on fire."
That's
Imagine
awesome.
being at the game tonight. That would have been lit.
That's
Bro,
awesome.
yeah, he's walking off with the team like he's got a uniform on. He's going to the locker room.
That was random, but that was awesome as well. That's such a cool sight to see right there. Everyone's just hyped for Mamu, man. Hyped. That's good
That's pretty
stuff.
sick.
Oh, that's
What's
awesome.
also
man.
a cool sight to see is not that we would expect any different, but that Wemby's been at every game he's allowed to be at. Every home game still there. We just saw he traveled to the Kings last week, a couple weeks ago. So he's still trying to be present. Not letting this put him down or anything. Pretty
Yeah.
dope. He's still hanging with the boys and all that.
Live
Yep.
update. This win against the Knicks just moved us from 8th in Tankathon to 9th in Tankathon.
Thanks a lot, Mamu. No, I'm kidding. No,
Yeah, I
that's
don't
great.
like it.
No, that's great. Also, Stefan had another good game. He was leading the way in scoring. He had 22 points, 3 and 3 in 27 minutes. And then Mamu, like you said, Reagan, he had 19 in the fourth and then just exploded for another 15 in the fourth quarter to lead the team in scoring. So shout out to those two. But I also want to shout out one other guy. We missed a game that we talked about where the Lakers. We played the Lakers in between the Pelicans and just right now the Knicks, and we lose that game 125 to 109. But I want to shout out Blake Wesley, man. The one time he finally gets some minutes and he takes advantage of him. He absolutely takes advantage of it. He didn't explode for a big night, but he played his butt off. Austin Reeves, he had 30 points for the game, but every time that he was on the floor and he was guarding Austin Reeves, he made it difficult on him. He was almost fumbling the ball at half court because he was picking up full court. He was going coast to coast, using his speed, just doing what he does best. He knocked down an open three in the corner. Like he was just taking advantage of the minutes that he had. So I want to give him a shout out there because he played a great game against the Lakers. And then also tonight against the Knicks, he was definitely that motor for us early in the game against the Knicks. So congrats to him.
He came in with Malachi Branham in that draft a few years ago, and there's a lot of similarities between the two of them. Blake was faster. Malachi was a more complete scorer. But in the last, and it's weird because neither of them have really gotten the minutes, but something about the last few weeks, Blake, I think, has clearly elevated himself above Malachi in the Spurs pecking order. Malachi's been assigned to the Austin Spurs, and Blake's getting minutes now that Fox is out. Blake's the one that's getting those kind of reserve guard minutes right now and playing well. He's making the most of his opportunity, but even before he started getting these minutes, I was seeing Blake a lot, like just extra hyped on the bench. He was going crazy. He was the energy dude. He was, good vibes, dances before the game, during the game, like ragging on guys. Like he just seemed to be making his presence felt. And that might have led to him being the one to earn these minutes. And now he's making the most of it. So yeah, I think credit's deserved for him.
Yeah.
He's doing a good job.
Which is
He's doing a good
interesting.
job.
Yeah, which is interesting again because Malachi was our first round pick in that draft.
They were both
I think they were both in the
same
20s.
draft.
Yeah, you're right.
But I think Malachi was in front of Wesley.
Definitely. Yeah, he was definitely in front.
Yeah.
And I remember analysts were saying Malachi was the steal of the draft. I remember someone saying that. Yeah, exactly. He's like, man, that guy's going to turn out to be a really good player. He looked like he was on a trajectory to be. I seem to remember. And then Blake took him and he was starting to play better. And then Malachi got hurt. All this stuff back and forth. Now you fast forward to today, you'd think because Malachi is just a naturally better shooter scorer, like he's 6'4", but he can still kind of get to a midi and kind of bump you and, has like little shots around the rim and he can go one dribble one way, one dribble the other. And he can kind of fill it up and score in bunches. You would think that would result in more minutes toward the end of the season. But no, you're right, dude. I think the Spurs are valuing the intangible stuff,
the culture,
and just
the energy, culture, intangible. Yeah,
yeah, and defense. Blake plays his butt off, man. He just doesn't stop. Yeah,
he does. Now, do we think that that's going to translate to some sort of long-term rotation piece for the Spurs? I personally do not. But I think it's a good thing to see, and I think that's the kind of guy that you want to have on a roster is somebody who's going to be engaged no matter what their playing time is. Jacob Toby mentioned it on the broadcast the other night against the Pelicans. Like, hey, Blake's been in the lab. He went to UTSA, open gym on an off day. He was getting work in. Like he's making the efforts. So I don't think it's gone unnoticed. And he's gotten the minutes and he's producing those minutes. So yeah. So it's a good little subplot right now for the Spurs roster.
If they were combined as a player, oh man, we'd have a star. We'd have a star.
Oh, God, yeah.
Gosh, if they had his,
that
Malachi
speed
scoring ability
with the scoring and the intensity, whoo, it's killer.
Yeah, Blake could develop some sort of offensive game in the future, this summer, something that could get him a legit contract in the NBA because he has all the intangibles you talked about, speed. He plays hard on defense, great locker room guy. That's what any organization wants. But we always say today's NBA, you got to be able to score and stuff. And yeah, he's only 6'3", 6'4". So if he can create an offensive game, I'd be down to have him on our team in the future. But no winning team. He can't be getting 20 minutes a night, 25 minutes a night on a winning team. I'd probably say.
Yeah, that exactly. I'm glad y'all brought up the topic because I wanted to ask y'all the question. I think my answer is still, unfortunately, no. Like I don't know if he's on our team long term, just because I don't know where you play him.
Unless he's that 13, 14, 15th guy,
Right, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah,
right.
he's not the 13 to 15 where he's on a two-way, but he's a 12th man on the bench where everybody's going to root their ass off when he does get in the game because we're either getting blown out and it's going to be good to see him, or we're doing the blowing out and we're gonna root for him because he's the guy that's always hyping everybody up. But
exactly,
good development.
Fox
like I said,
it's a good fast. Fox is super fast. He kind of has some trait similarities to Fox, and if Fox could teach him how to control that speed and use it when you're supposed to, maybe we got something cooking.
To me, it's his shot. It's his shot. Like he's shooting better this year than he did years past, but it still looks like I don't know, not there. I saw him. Although he played great against the Lakers, there was one shot. Catch and shoot in the corner and just I don't even know if it hit the rim. I was like something still looks like just not fully there. I don't know if it's because he has small hand. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Or just a shot or in general.
It's the small hands, yeah.
Dude, I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, dude. I don't know what the problem is with the
small-handed Blake.
Dude, I don't know. You'd think being
small hands Wesley.
Is that what we're running with now? Okay.
I don't know. Dude,
whatever.
I know that there's other things to talk about in that Lakers game, But my shout out is Jeremy Sohan, dude, because Spurs Muse put out the graph before the graphics before the game, and it was Jeremy and it was Luca. And I don't know what clicked in my brain, but I was like, Jeremy's getting in a fight tonight. Like Luca's a premier player, and I feel like anytime a premier player comes through, Jeremy's gonna be there to get under their skin. That's what he does. And it wasn't Luca, but it was Jared Vanderbilt trying to, back him down, whatever. And there was a foul call, and Jeremy tossed the ball at his side, and Jared Vanderbilt tried to come in and two-hand push. Everybody said he squared up. He squared up after there was 10 people in between them. Jared Vanderbilt tried to push him, and Jeremy didn't move.
Yep.
He was like, what? He stood tall right there, and he was right in his face. I loved it, bro. Pink hair Jeremy in LA. I loved it. It was exactly what I love to see. Exactly the culture stuff. Stuart, I told you last week I was gonna have something for you every single week about Jeremy Sohan. This is it. He's a dog that's gonna go fight people. He's gonna get under their skin. He's gonna muck it up. And he did exactly that in LA. We lost the game, I understand, but he played well overall.
15-3-1. It's not like all he did was just get out there just to fight someone. Like he's productive. But no, I feel that for sure. And then Devin Vassell, he's played pretty good for the most part.
I think tonight he was asked again, right?
He wasn't his best. I mean, he wasn't the
Bro,
best.
okay. Before
Was he worth 34 mil tonight?
10 points in 33 minutes.
Definitely wasn't worth that against the Lakers. Before we let that point stand, bro, he had 15 points at halftime against the Lakers, and we were up a couple points. Like we were right there, and everybody's like, "Come on, Devin, keep it up, keep it up. Like you're gonna bring us home second half. Go close it up. 2 points second half." He had 15 points at halftime. He ended the night with 17. Again, like in a spot where we just beat the Pelicans. We moved up the game. We beat the Lakers. We're back in there. Nope. Pressure came on. Devin had 2 points and a half.
That was
sad.
sad.
Like you just said, Alex, 10 and 33 minutes. That's absurd.
So So the last week, Hornets game, 22 points. Again, we scored 134 points and we gave up 145. So that didn't really mean anything to me. I don't care how much anybody scored. Devin Vassell had another 22 points against the Pelicans, and then Lakers was that game. 15 points in the first half, 2 in the second half, and then 10 points tonight. So
Pelicans and Hornets are 2 of the 4 worst teams in the NBA.
True.
He scores 22 points.
True.
The Lakers are on a downslide with LeBron out for the last 10 days, and he puts up 15 and a half. Everybody has hope for him to continue playing well. And then when something's actually on the line, he absolutely disappears.
Yep.
It's the most mind-boggling thing ever. A $30 million a year player. Stuart's been harping on his money for a month now. But a $30 million a year player is going to put up 2 points in a second half against the 5th seed in the West. What are the Lakers right now? They're the 4th seed because they beat us.
Right.
So, they're the 5th seed in the West at the time. Come on, man.
And it's not just once in every blue moon. It's consistently over and over.
Every time something matters.
Yeah. And Keldon has cooled off too. The two guys who are definitely on the chopping block for this summer. We'll see if they weasel their way into another season with us, but it's the same old shit over and over every year.
I think obviously Keldon stays. I think there's just too much. He just loves the city too much. He's like kind of like, a bit of the glue guy.
Mm-hmm.
Devin though. So going back to Devin, I'm just trying to think of like why. Why. And I think part of it also, has to do with Chris Paul. He runs the floor. He has a pretty decently high usage rate. He likes to dribble it. And I think Stephon, dude, literally Stephon doesn't care about who else is on he's just like, he was a natural scorer in high school. And you can see that come through. And he does not care who's in front of him. He just sees an angle. He's going to go take it, whether it takes 3 dribbles, 1 dribble, or 5 dribbles to do it. And I think Devin doesn't know what to do with that energy. You know what I mean? He's like, okay, what do I do? It's almost like he's trying to, it's harder for him to fit in around that. That makes sense. Even though Stephon's a good contributor.
Yeah, and again, Stephon Wemby Fox is our future, not Devin. So
that's what I'm saying.
Steph's already very much arguably better than Devin is, and Steph's 19, Devin's 25 or whatever. So, I mean, we're riding with the young boy.
Yeah, I think the best thing that's been said in the last week or two on Devin is Stewart's idea from last week that if we end up with the 16th pick, you pair Devin with that to go get a real player.
Yeah, top 8 or something, yeah.
Either a top 5 to 8 pick now, or a legitimate 3-and-D consistent type veteran wing that's on the same timeline as maybe a Fox or something like that. But the key word there being consistent. It's the last thing that Devin Vassell is, and I think it's the last thing that he'll ever be. He's
Yeah.
not a consistent player. He's consistently inconsistent. That's the only thing that he's going to consistently do is disappoint.
And what we really need him to be is consistent, because once we have our full team, Fox, Wemby, Cat, like next year, Devin, he's going to be taking like 8 to 12 shots a game. So
You've got to
he
hit those
needs to be
shots.
he needs to make 6 of those again. Yeah, to
Yes.
make any difference on the floor, because it's going to be 15, 20 from Fox, Castle, Wemby.
He can't be Kyle Kuzma 3 of 16
Yes.
every night. No, it can't happen.
So what we really need him to be is opposite of what he is. We don't need him to be shooting 20 shots a night. We need him to be shooting 10, but make 5, 6, 7 of them. And he's just not doing that. He's going 5 of 18 from the field and shit. That's not what we need. It's just not going to fit our timeline with our team.
It's not going to work. He's not going to have his ball
yeah.
in his hands that often. Like, he's got to get better catch and shoot, spacing the floor, moving without the ball, slashing, being a better off ball offensive player. Because we all know that he can get to these crafty shots and everything. But like, it's like a Lonnie Walker situation from 2020. Like, you can have these electric plays and these jaw-dropping, tough shots that you hit from time to time, but those are flashes. It's not consistent. And that was the biggest thing with Lonnie Walker too, is like, we see the potential, but you can't hone it in regularly enough. And it's taken him to get shipped out to Europe and come back to one of the worst teams in the league at Philly to make more of an impact. But he's got more 20-point games than Devin Vassell does since he got back to an NBA roster.
Right.
Yep.
Lonnie Walker does.
Yeah.
There's some crazy stat. It's nuts right now. So yeah, Devin Vassell, he's not doing himself any favors. I don't know, dude. Like, when it comes to like when it comes down to it, is he going to be the guy that we keep, that we put our faith in to be the third or fourth option every single night? No, he shouldn't be.
Yeah,
he might be, but he shouldn't be.
Shouldn't be, not for the money's worth and not for his skill set. We need, like, if we could trade him for and bring in another Harrison type, or maybe higher quality than Harrison. But like, Harrison came in, he's fit our team perfectly this year. He knows his role. He's good at catch and shoot. He gets boards when he needs to, gets a couple assists a game, but he doesn't throw anything off in the offense, doesn't screw shit up. I would much rather have 2 more Harrisons coming off our bench than have Devin in our Devin off our bench, or
and I have
15
more
million year guys.
I have more on Harrison in a minute, but as far as Devin Vassell goes, somebody resurfaced this on Twitter the other day, this past week, talking about Devin Vassell, how he's always going to like talk a big game and say that, oh, we're coming. Spurs, tune in. We're here. 2 years ago, he was like, y'all need to get out of my mentions with this Victor dude, bro. Like, we're about to kill this year. He was like, yeah, I remembered it too when I saw the video.
Devin Vassell. It was on live stream.
Devin Vassell was on Instagram Live, and he was like, y'all need to get out of my mentions about this Vic dude, bro. Like, we're about to kill this year. Y'all watch. Y'all gonna see. We're about to hoop. We're for real this summer.
Then we went
22 games, and we have Victor Wembanyama on our roster because we got the number 1 overall pick. Shut the hell up, Devin Vassell. Sorry, like,
I got
y'all
on your hater.
That's so,
bro.
Funny.
Y'all on your hater stuff,
dude. Like, we forget this stuff. This day and age, we forget stuff left and right because it's all like instantaneous. There's so much content, but damn. You put that back on my thing, and you're gonna say all that and hype up the season. You're the number 1, like, highest paid player on that roster, and you win 22 games.
Yeah, and then even last year,
thank you for delivering us the best prospects since LeBron. But dear God, bro, you haven't backed up anything that you've said is going to happen. You said the same thing the year after that. You said the same thing going into this year, and here we are. Season's almost over, and we're third worst team in the Western Conference, and we're looking at Tankathon again with a month to go in the season. What the hell are we looking at? Come on. 30 million a year. I'm with you, Stuart. I got riled up.
Absolute facts. All absolute facts. And let's not forget, last year, Wemby's rookie year, you had every single game announcers, even Sean announced on ESPN games, Doris announcing, like, dude, these guys don't give Vic the ball. It's like when he came in last year, they all had towards him, they were all pissed off towards him. They were like, no, you're not the guy. I'm still the guy. Keldon, Devin, all of them, honestly.
It did, I think, to a point. I think the narrative got out of hand for a minute, but it did have remnants of that 2003 Cavs team when they're interviewed
When
about
LeBron,
LeBron going
yeah.
into that, and they're like, "Oh, bro, he's a high schooler. He's not going to do anything. Like, we're still going to do what we do." Blah blah. It's like, nah, bro, you better shut up. You better realize what's about to hit your squad. And it was the same thing. Like, I don't think it was like players were intentionally looking off Wimby, but there is definitely something to like they still thought that they were, the guy to an extent,
Mhm.
and they could get things done without it. So yeah, it's an adjustment period, and if Devin's got to have a reality check, or he's going to be Lonnie Walker.
All in favor of
I
trading Devin, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now what? Come on, bro.
Well, I don't know. I'm just thinking.
Oh my.
So here's my thought process. I can see us in the off season being like, "Yo, what Stewart said. We expect you to get this is your new role, brother. 12 shots a game max, and we need you to be efficient." And yeah, every once in a while, if somebody's not playing well or somebody's out, yeah, go ahead and bump that up to 15, 16 shots a game, whatever, fine. But 10 to 12, we need you to be efficient, and we need you to be able to catch and shoot, need you to be able to back cut, slash, finish, free throws. That's it. And play defense.
And guard.
And guard, yeah.
And
And then
guard.
that's it. But if that's his role,
You also got to come off the bench, brother.
well,
He can't. We can't start Castle Fox and him next year. It's just too small. I can't
with
do
Wimby.
it.
I agree with that. That's fine with me. Is it weird that he's getting paid that much money
Well,
just
that's
to
what I
do
was gonna
that
say.
role? Like,
I like your point, but then also, does a guy get paid 30 mil a year to shoot 10 shots a night?
shoot-
Like, no, he shouldn't. So
yeah, to go backwards in the
again,
role.
unless it's like a Derek White type of guy who's taking charges, who's getting 8 boards when he needs to, who's getting
Right.
7 assists sometimes. Devin, we all know
Right.
he's 3 boards, 2 assists, and
Right.
either 20 points or 10 points. It's just like that's it.
There's
That's
still
fact.
not a charge on this roster.
And still no charges. Yeah. So
Yeah.
So
all good points.
that's what the money's worth.
Ooh, boy. All right. I say next episode, let's take another week just to see how other people are playing with, no De'Aaron Fox being in the lineup. Obviously, no Victor in the lineup. Let's just see how everybody else is doing. We'll come back in a week and let's just talk more about that. I want to get more in detail into that.
Absolutely nothing will change in a week.
We'll see. Hey,
what's going to change in two games from now?
3 games.
We play the Sixers, the Raptors, and the Pistons next.
Never know. I don't know. I don't know what changes.
Devin's going to get bottled up against Detroit.
Al still wants us to go 3-0 and try to make him playing.
I know he does. You could tell.
I know he's getting all giddy over there. Well,
yeah, he's like,
no, what happens in the next week? Like, buddy, we suck.
Dude, we beat the Knicks, who we shouldn't have beat, so that means we're gonna lose to the Sixers and the Raptors.
Hey, I don't know.
Maybe MAMU can average 34 the rest of the season and we make the play-in, but
and then let's give MAMU 30 mil a year and Devin 4 a year.
Hell yeah, bro.
What if we can renegotiate? That'd be dope if we could renegotiate contracts. Hey, brother, if you don't renegotiate, then we're shipping you to Washington or something. I don't know. I don't know. Well, here's the thing is I don't even want to get too ahead of myself. I can still see us probably maybe even losing one of those games to the Sixers and or Raptors. We'll definitely lose against the Pistons. Even if we beat the 76ers and the Raptors, we're 3-0 in our last 3. We play the Pistons, Cavs, Celtics, Warriors, Magic, Nuggets, Cavs after that. Like that's going to be
a gauntlet, bro. We've got these 2 cupcakes with the Sixers and the Raptors, and then we have an absolute gauntlet of a schedule. So I was saying it's the 5th hardest schedule to close out the season. Yeah, even after we get into April, you got the Nuggets, Cavs, Blazers, Clippers, Warriors, Suns, and Raptors. It ain't happening. I'm sorry. I did want to make sure that we got to the thing that I alluded to a second ago, Harrison Barnes. He's a good-ass dude. He is just he's a good person. We talked a few weeks ago about his $250,000 donation to the Alamo colleges in Bexar County. He's done it again. He was announced today as the NBA Cares Bob Lanier Community Assist Award for the month of February. And not only did he have the $250,000 donation for tuition for local college kids, I think he's also supporting another Catholic diocese charitable organization in the community, providing them financial assistance with facilities improvements and basketball courts and food and whatever else it's going to be. But
wow,
it's another video of him coming out there and reiterating the fact that him and his wife's goal when they got here was to make a positive impact in the community and how he's proud to serve the next group that he's found. So he's been here for, 7 months and he's making a gigantic impact. And it's like, again, I can't say it enough. He is embodying what it means to be a Spur
Big
through and
time.
through.
Big
So
time.
cool.
Keep him
So
forever.
cool.
Keep that deserves
Like his play on the court and everything he's doing
Yeah,
off the
on the
court.
court too. Yeah,
It's fantastic what he's
Oh,
doing.
he's
I
so
want him here
good.
to stay like long
yeah.
term.
Let's sign it. Yeah, I mean we have him one more year, and let's sign him to a 5 year till he's 37.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. Good stuff. Sheesh, I kind of wanted to end on that good note, but you know what? We have to do our tankathon.
Yes,
Yeah.
we do.
Maybe we'll end on a better note with Cooper Flag and our
Let's
site.
all right. Let's do a little drum roll. Let
So
me share my screen.
last week we were at 10 and 16. Is that right?
Yes, we
Yeah.
were 10 and 16. That's right.
So first 2 weeks we got the number one pick. Last week it was 10 and 16. All right.
Let's see it. All right. 3, 2, 1 for the flag. Damn it. 9
Damn.
and 16. 9 and 16. That's probably as of right now.
Yeah, realistic.
Statistically the most likely option. All right. So we got again Asa Newell.
Nope, don't want him.
Dude, they got
why? I don't know why. Why don't we want him?
I told you like a month ago. He's literally MAMU Jr. I'd rather just keep MAMU who's in his prime. He's he's lefty. He literally shoots like MAMU. He's 6'10" like MAMU. He's a good like little passer. Like I'd rather just keep MAMU for $4 million a year.
Yeah.
He's like identical to MAMU. Watch him play. He plays I think tomorrow in the tournament.
Yeah, I feel that. I definitely feel that.
His shot is identical to MAMU. So I don't want him, but who knows? We'll take him, I'm sure.
I was doing a little more digging, and I'm seeing the guys who really truly impress me are still Trey Johnson. I don't know how much defense he plays, but Trey Johnson, because like he's got an actual.
I think there's a catch-22 with that, with the defense, because if you watch Texas's offense play, which I've finally done in the last week, there is so much on his shoulders on offense. They're trying to hide him defensively so that he can conserve his effort. So I think some of this might be a little misleading on here for Trey.
Well, my thing,
but
okay. I was just gonna say that the only guys when I'm watching through highlights again and stuff, Cooper Flag obviously clear number one. Like VJ Edgecombe. I think I see him low key. I mean, this could be a bad take. This could age really badly, but as like a guy with like Ant Edwards bounce, but like Malachi Branham like type, like he's like 6'4", is he not? 6'5"?
Yeah.
Kind of guy.
6'5", 180, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I don't know. Like there's something there. I mean, look at his stat strengths though. Dang. I don't know why I'm giving it so much weight.
I have no idea what player is a mix between Anthony Edwards and Malachi Branham.
No, nobody.
Those are two very weird.
Why even Malachi?
They're not even close.
Why are you putting Malachi in there?
Because he's got the same build. He had the same build and
the build of Malachi with the athleticism of Anthony Edwards. Where does the skill come in?
Where does the skill come? Well, exactly. I guess I think
really he's another Stephon. If you watch him play, very athletic.
Yeah,
can create his own shot. He's not a great shooter, but neither was Stephon coming in. But an absolute dog on defense, brother. Absolute dog. I think he's the Stephon of this class.
Interesting. You think?
Remember what we said, Stephon, to start the year, and what Brian Wright even cited was Stephon Castle's free throw percentages was up over 70%, and like that's a good way to gauge. Like he wasn't really being asked to shoot threes at UConn. So the free throw percentages and some of the shot mechanics was a good way to measure that. Alex got it up on the screen right now. VJ Edgecombe is shooting 78% from the free throw line right now. He's also 34% from three, which is even better than Stephon was. That's on over 4 attempts a game. So
what's defensive BPM? What's that? Something per minute?
I don't know. Some shit nerds come up with to value something that they've never done themselves. I don't know.
That's weird. Yeah. I mean, so if you're saying, Stu, that he's great on D, he's a dog, then that's that's a huge I haven't seen that. I've just seen like a few offense facts.
He's basically for sure gonna be taking at 4, maybe 5.
Defensive box.
He's not gonna be
minus.
So he's not gonna be in our range anyways.
Where would we play him even if we had like say the 4th spot? Would y'all rather take Trey Johnson? Or no?
No, I'd rather take him and he'd be in our backup group. Then we
Okay.
have the Stefan type guy on the floor at all
Dude,
times.
I did watch Duke without Cooper Flag this weekend, and Con
Con.
Knipple, bro, he made
Yeah.
a pretty strong impression on
Yep.
a lot of people with Cooper Flag out. It kind of shifted to him. Like Con Knipple turned into the number one option and the number two option really for Duke, and he showed up. And they won the ACC tournament. It's a weak ACC, but Con Knipple, he looked good,
He's wet.
man, and.
He's wet.
Yeah, he's
He
got
can
some
create. He's
size,
six
six
seven.
seven. Yeah,
Yeah. And think
I
about him being like the fourth option on a team, like or like on the court, a fourth option.
dude, I'm
He'll
thinking
be
of
getting
like
left
a
open.
slightly smaller Keegan Murray type.
I like that. I
Keegan
would.
Murray for the Kings.
Keegan might
Mhm.
be a better defender. I think. Isn't Keegan kind of 3-and-D type?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he probably,
I
but
know
that's
Khan's
also
kind of
like
weak on
some of
D,
the size. But
but yeah,
but
size
yeah, I
wise,
mean,
I
a
mean,
six
fits the
seven, like
profile.
maybe a Doug McDermott type.
Yeah, that's
You
what I was
know,
thinking.
like a like
Yeah.
a younger Doug McDermott. By the way, Doug McDermott had the his Slam magazine tour came back
It's
up on
tweet.
Twitter yesterday. It was two cheerleaders and him on the cover, and he just responded to it. He said, "Man, that was a long night."
I saw that. That was funny. That's
I didn't
hilarious.
know Dougie McBuckets was a dog. I guess I don't know why I thought anything different, but
Big buckets of dog.
That's funny. No, dude, Colin Knippel, he's got a lot of stat strength. I don't know why I'm giving this so much weight. I'm
All your
like, oh,
stats.
look at all these greens versus the reds.
It all relies on
So
that, brother.
no, yeah, but yeah, he's got like his only stat weaknesses are blocks and defensive rebounding. That's it. Other than that, assist to turnover ratio, efficiency, free throw percentage, true shooting,
yeah,
turnovers.
he's skilled, man. He's
He's
marked at
skilled.
7 right now.
Yeah, I'd be in the
Interesting.
range that we're going to be in 7, 8, 9, 10
He
areas.
could
So.
easily be there depending on what teams do. He could easily be there.
That
I
or
think that kind of 6 to 12 range is going to be very interchangeable between now and the
yes,
draft.
yeah, I think so too. That'll be interesting to see. And then
Derek
last,
Queen had another big game. He had
yeah,
31 points in the loss in that tournament game for them.
Maryland. Yep.
But it was also weird. I also heard a stat that Maryland has lost every single game this year in which Derek Queen has made a 3-pointer.
Yeah,
So I don't know if I like that. I might have
don't
to
be
pass.
shooting.
Yeah, no threes for Derek for us, but
And the last guy I'll say is Noah Asenge. He just keeps on staying at that 11 spot. And he's a French guy, so maybe
Yeah.
Vic knows him. He's got a lot of stat strengths versus weaknesses. He's 6'9". He's really young, 18.5 years of age, 18 and a half years old. And he's averages close to 19 points a game, 8 boards. I can see us. I haven't really
That's
seen much of
right.
this
That's
game.
right in our alley.
That's what I'm
Absolutely.
saying. So either him, if Kamen, Malik or whatever, if he follows us, maybe. Or if we got high enough, maybe Khan. That'd be sick. There you go. Boom.
We'll see.
Those are my three.
All right, fellas.
All right, gang. We'll see.
shout out to the YouTube. We had a few more people subscribe, but again, we're doing a giveaway. When we get to 100 subscribers, we're going to give away a pretty sweet vintage Spurs t-shirt from Mitchell and Ness. Just make sure you're subscribed and make sure you have your subscriptions list set to public so that we can actually see. And because if I can't see you, then we can't pick you as the winner of the raffle. So that's coming up soon. We're only a few more subscribers away. Hit that subscribe button, set your list to public so that you can be part of that giveaway. It's going to happen as soon as we hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. So spread the word, get us there, and pay attention for some sick merch. We'll send it right to you.
Love
I
it.
don't think we got anything else other than real quick record prediction. We've got the Sixers, the Raptors, the Pistons. I want everybody to go on record. What are we going to do the next 3 weeks? We're
2-1.
going at home against Philly, in Toronto, and in Detroit.
2-1 for sure. I
Alex
think
says 2-1.
Yeah.
Who
1 and
lose to?
2.
we went. Okay, 1-2. Oh, who do we beat? I think we beat.
Yeah.
I think we go. I think we're gonna beat the 76ers and the Raptors, and then lose to the Pistons. Yep.
I say we beat the Raptors, and that's it. I
I
think
say we
everybody's
beat the
going to be.
Sixers.
Think we lose
Yeah.
at home to the
I think we
76ers?
lose at home to the Sixers because MAMU had 34 and everybody was so happy. We're gonna be riding high like this was our championship, and then we're gonna lose on Friday
facts.
and bring us back down to earth because we're an inconsistent, inconsiderate team. Shout out to them. So, but anyways, that's my take. Go subscribe to the YouTube. Find us on Twitter, and from the Spurs Bros, go Spurs, go.